I would have to say when, Emily Wright jumped in and out of my soul, with a personal conversation. And I mean, what company does that?
Yeah.
And
That's impressive.
And it's just, she was just inspired me and, gave me the encouragement and you can do it.
The belief.
Yeah.
She was a different person after Tulum. Not a different person, but a different.
Just my mindset. It was just.
Yeah.
It was just different. Yeah.
Yeah. I call Emily Queen Belief.
Mm-hmm.
She's awesome.
And I try to tell everybody, because, everybody wants to come to the events. They're like, oh my gosh, I want to go talk to Emily. I'm like, all right, heads up. If you're going to go talk to her, make sure you know what your goals are. And make sure you know that will not be what she sees in you.
Right.
It'll be double that.
Right.
Right? And that's the kind of power, that's the kind of influence she has.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. doTERRA family, you're going to love this episode with Tim and Ashley Crain. I love sitting down with this doTERRA power couple. It's amazing to hear how these couples work within their strengths together. If you're familiar with Diamond Club, you know this program is no joke. Tim and Ashley finished 3rd in Diamond Club in 2023. Man, shout out to them. Tim and Ashley get real, raw, and they don't hold back. Ready to push play? Let's go. All right, family. Thank you for tuning in. Again, we're here at Nashville, Tennessee, 2024 Leadership Retreat, and we have the special opportunity to talk to Tim and Ashley Crain. And I guess first and foremost, thank you guys for being here.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for making time. How long have you guys been with doTERRA?
What would you say?
4.5, a little over 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys are from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
It was our first leadership too, so we're real excited.
Wait, this is your first leadership?
Yeah. Last year we couldn't go because she had surgery, so.
Yeah.
Man, this is a big deal.
I know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And, we're going to dive in this a little bit more into the podcast, but the Crains have been killing it, right? And, 2 weeks ago, we were on the incentive trip together.
Absolutely. That was wonderful.
Enjoying, and I think I would give Most Valuable Dancer Award to Tim.
No. That depends on who you ask, because I'll give it to you.
But just a fun time, fun way of celebrating you guys and the rest of the leaders that earned that trip / qualified, and leadership programs in general. Let's just jump right into it. For those who are watching for the first time or not too familiar with leadership programs are different things and programs that the company will put in place just to incentivize the leaders to develop these habits that they need.
Yes.
Right?
They do a great job.
And they've obviously played a great part in your guys' career with doTERRA so far.
Yes.
I would specifically love to talk about Diamond Club,
Okay.
right? We'll dive into the incentive trip maybe later. But Diamond Club, we need to put that into our brains because that actually is happening Q4 of this year. Mm-hmm. But a big part of what I hear from people who have done Diamond Club is the preparation. Like that's a critical part of being successful with Diamond Club. And so my first question to you guys is, in terms of preparation, what would you guys really call out when it comes to preparing for Diamond Club? And while they're thinking of that, these guys came in 3rd place for Diamond Club. That's huge. That's big time. And so we're going to dive into there. We're going to try to pick their brains just to make sure we're getting all the nuggets and all the advice we need to be successful with Diamond Club. And so,
well, first and foremost, I don't plan anything, okay? She's at the planning. I'm off the cuff, right?
Yeah.
So I just hit the ground running. Like, I just don't stop, right?
Okay.
I have a dream, and I just want to achieve that with doTERRA. So really, that's my drive. We have an autistic child. I just want to provide care for him. And that is my drive. Just to prepare, I'm just like always on the go with doTERRA. So for planning, I'm going to leave that up to her to see what we do meet with the team and things like that, and we stay on a regular schedule, but you could probably answer that better than I can.
As far as getting prepared, I would say the mentors that we had.
Absolutely, yeah.
And their leadership and strategy and, trying to prepare us for what was to come and how it worked and things we needed to be doing, just preparing for it. and we did you had your weekly, felt like daily calls. Just talking strategy and planning out your course of action.
Yeah. That's such a key element, and the mentorship of somebody is, I think, a undervalued characteristic activity, I would say. And from your guys' accomplishments, you guys obviously had a good one. Now, when you talk about that, I think that's so big, is being able to call out, some of these realities, some of the expectations, what to do in case this happens. That's such a big part of Diamond Club, because then once you're going through that, you know how to come out, right?
They're your cheerleaders throughout the whole process.
Right.
They're there encouraging you, and they can prepare you ahead of time. If you have such and such come up with this customer, we can try this avenue.
Absolutely.
And just giving you a plan of action.
Yeah. Ashley, can you speak to that a little bit more deeply? Because I love that. I love, them kind of giving you the heads up on what potentially might happen. Was there an event, an experience that really stuck out to you more than others in terms of your mentor preparing you for something, and you were able to say, oh, you know what? We're actually good. I know how to work through this.
Yeah, what you got on that? You got something specific?
I think, but listening back to your response, Tim, like the fact that you just go, and I think it starts with your why, right? You're so focused on that dream. When you have that vision, you'll figure it out.
You figure it out on the way, because I keep hearing, if you want something bad enough, you'll get it, right? And that's just my futuristic is very high, so it's like a 6 on my strengths report, and hers is the opposite. It's like 32. So
I'm right there. I'm right there too, Ashley.
and I'm like, hey, we're going. Can you not see? And I just realized that. I've known her strengths for a long time, but I'm like, oh no, she can't see it. She's not futuristic, right? She cannot see what. I don't know. She's just like in the moment, I guess, and I'm seeing what the potential is for us to launch forward. And with doTERRA, they're just the best to work for, because I'm telling you, doTERRA wants you to succeed. The account managers will bend over backwards. Your mentors will bend over backwards. It's just they want to see you succeed, and they will do anything for you. They really will.
I mean, Diamond Club, at the end of the day, it's almost like trickery.
Yeah.
I've heard Justin Harrison refer to this, because he's like, these are things that we should already be doing.
Absolutely.
But then doTERRA's like, hey, we'll give you a little bit more if you do these things. And so it's a win-win situation for everybody. But talking about strengths, were you going to respond to that other question? Or?
I had something.
Okay.
I think, like with the mentors, they would talk to us about, starting that fire or the spark in our own builders, and how to guide them. And I think that stuck out. I think that helped us the most.
I agree.
Was really getting our qualifiers, our builders in on it, on our plan, and they knew our goal, and, cheering. We in turn did what our mentors did down to our builders, and
That's a magic word.
Share the same.
Yeah.
So.
And that's a big part. You have to help them see the vision.
Right.
And it starts with us, right? You got to fill your tank before you go out and fill other people's tanks.
It's a beautiful thing when you actually see their light bulb click. You're like, oh, I love you.
Yeah.
Because you've had the vision, but when they get the vision, it's a great feeling.
It's a great feeling.
Oh, it's an amazing feeling.
Because then it's like, there we go. And it actually, it speeds up the process.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Right? Yeah. And they're more self-reliant and so on and so forth. We started talking about strengths. And so I kind of want to go back to this. First off, what are your top 5 strengths? And then what are your top 5, Tim?
Well, if I can name them off.
Harmony, Responsibility, maybe.
Harmony, I know, is number one.
Harmony's number one. Okay.
Harmony's number one.
Futuristic's last. But
Yeah.
um,
Or even just your top three, maybe just.
Top one.
Yeah, your top one.
well, while she's thinking about that, mine is maximizers number one. Competition, I think, is number three. And activator is number two, I believe.
Okay.
Something like that.
So you are, let's go.
It doesn't stop.
24/7.
Yeah. But see, like,
She bounces me out. She has to, I'm telling you.
and that's what I want to kind of talk about when in regards to leadership programs is this balance that you guys have formed, right? Because it's a partnership. How has your harmony strength come into play when it comes to leadership programs? Because harmony, you're like, I don't want any problems. Everybody get along.
Right.
We love everybody.
Right.
I don't care. Let's go.
And then
I've
you
had
want to ask about your
I've
go.
had to reword some of his responses to others,
Okay.
not to be so direct.
Yeah.
And because it can come across
It
Yeah.
can.
Kinda.
Absolutely can.
wrong.
Yeah.
But I just have to reel him in and
Yeah.
just hold on. We're getting there. Just
It's amazing.
gotta wait. You gotta wait for everybody else to catch up with you.
That's right.
It's a good balance then. To the go. It's like, hold on. Let me just rephrase a couple words here.
Breathe.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And Tim, how would you say your strengths have come into play outside of that?
Like she says, I'm a go-getter. And just to reference Eddie Villa, because he's amazing.
He is.
He said he was talking about a certain strength, and we kind of played, I think it was, maybe it's activator. I'm not sure which one it was, but he laid it out beautifully. He said, if there's two people wanting to get from point A to point B, she does it like this, and I go like this to get to the same place. And it's so true. That's the way I do it. I mean, I'm chasing my tail 24/7. But it's just who I am, and I'm glad she likes it, right? 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just who I am, and
Yeah.
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Right. Right. And again, when you have other people to help balance out, some of these areas that we're not so strong in, it's a great relationship, great partnership. Now you guys, Diamond Club, how many times have you guys done Diamond Club? Once. And third place. Now, Diamond Club's tough,
Yes.
Yes.
but would you guys agree that after this tough thing, you grow into a better leader, a better person, or
That's already showing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's already showing.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we didn't even know that. I mean,
It was tough, but worth it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely worth it.
Let me ask you this question. Would you guys do it again, and
Absolutely.
why?
Yeah, and why? Because it's just the momentum it creates for your whole team. It's I don't know. It's a mindset. We all know that, but the momentum it creates for you, your whole team, just for your tight knit people, right? Even for your customers, because you're able to. It's all about creating an urgency, right? And then with a free product with Diamond Club, right? There's something about that people like. It's free, and you get to use that as an incentive, and it creates an urgency, and that urgency creates volume and creates team growth. It really does.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it really is. It's one of those things you're like, it's one of those things like, dang, this is tough. So I think mindset, but also big picture, understanding what you get is a big part of it.
And you have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
If anything, you're gonna be in a better place, regardless of how you finish, regardless of what you do. You're gonna gain so much more knowledge and your strategy and the fire that you've started within your team, and you're gonna be better than you were anyway. So
That part.
I love it.
Did you
why
hear
not
that?
do it?
Yeah,
Come on, you have nothing to lose.
nothing.
Okay, and you guys have had a cool experience. Actually, when did you guys do Diamond Club?
Was it September, October, November? Yeah.
Okay. So you guys ran through the incentive trip and then continued with another program. What would you guys say to those that may be on the fence about doing a specific program, whether it's Silver Club, Diamond Club, or the incentive trip? What are they missing out on by not doing the program?
I think they're missing out on great mentorship because we have an amazing upline that's that will bend over back for.
Who's your guys' upline?
Our diamond leader is
Rachel.
she Blue Diamond, right?
Oh, just kidding.
Rachel Carter is our Blue Diamond, and then April Ewok is our Diamond.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, yeah. So we have a great team, and I mean they just treat us like we're family, and they run hard and we run hard. But they have been quite the inspiration to us, and really helped us out a lot.
Yeah.
So nothing to lose. I mean, like she said, there's nothing to lose. Anything, you're just going to gain momentum. You really can't see how it's going to turn out, but it just makes you want to do it. And when you do something, it just makes you want to do it. Like, if I can do that, I can do this, right? If I get 5 Romans, I can get 6. You just keep challenging yourself and just go for it.
Yeah.
And even the incentive trip, you get one, you won't miss the next.
No,
Come on.
You're not going to miss an incentive
Right.
trip.
That's for sure.
Come on.
And that's where you get to, rub elbows or dance elbows.
Dance elbows.
With
Yeah. That was so much fun.
It was great.
Coming down to our final couple questions, but this one, the leadership programs, they help you get into this routine, or you establish routines and then you start to develop these habits, right? What habits have you guys been able to carry on as a result of, doing the incentive trip or doing Diamond Club? Any specific habits that stick out to you?
Habits. Consistency is a great habit that it's always been consistent, but I think it's been a lot more consistent with our builders, right? And follow-ups is huge. That is probably 80% of my work is follow-ups. Because when I first started the business, that's not what I was doing, and I've lost a lot of customers that way.
Yeah.
But I like what a account manager told me one time. He was saying, you have to re-enroll them when they get enrolled. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, he said, when you enroll them and you follow up with them, they fell in love with the product and they purchased a kit or whatnot. So they was excited, everybody was purchasing, what have you. And then when you follow up with them, you gotta get them excited to use our products so that you get them, that's what he's calling re-enroll. They fall back in love with the products. They get to use them instead of them sitting on a shelf. Because ours sat on a shelf for quite a while. It's like, God, we could really be using these. And look at us now, right? So it was like, we use those every day.
And follow-up is
Follow-up
a
is
vital
key.
part, yeah.
It is number one. Duplication and follow-up is key.
education.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I would say we're doing a better job with time management as
my
far as
gosh.
strategy,
am I?
what we've learned.
Yeah, thank you.
We are, you are,
Yeah.
I'll say one thing is I've really come to understand is when I just always assumed if somebody wanted to do the business, they would just go like I went. It's just like, if you want to do it, you do it. And that's simply not the case. So, not for us anyway. So what I've done is I invited my builders and sharers to come watch what I do and then put your spin on it, right? Because what I'm doing is actually working, and if I want to share that. So having them in on the calls, the Zooms, because we do a lot of Zooms, we do a lot of one-on-ones. We don't do a lot of classes just because people just don't want to get back in person, in my opinion. But I can't get them that way. But I do a lot of Zooms, and and it's easier. I have builders in Ohio. I have builders, in Tennessee. I have builders, in a couple of states. So on Zoom, it's so much easier to get into contact with each other. And one thing we haven't mentioned yet is we're really touching the deaf population. So we're really kind of tapping into that, and that has been a big success for us.
Yeah. Wow. Sorry, Ashley, you were saying some time management.
Oh, yeah.
That's really.
Talk more about that.
Yeah, the time management. With balancing home, work, kids, him.
Yeah.
You know, we have our calendar. We've learned we use Google Calendar, and we are able to, when I see that he has a call or something, I need to keep the boys a little quiet. And then now with a new, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a program, a new, I don't know if I can say it or not.
Oh,
Well, it's just a new device we've been using to.
Thank you. A new device that we've been using with our business now that I'm having more interactions with customers. He's with the boys. You know, we've been able to balance our home life and kids. And
Well, we take this calendar very seriously.
Yeah.
yeah, if it's not on the calendar, then
No,
it's not getting done.
it's not getting
happening.
done.
facts.
So I mean, she has to put Ashley run numbers, right? If I see that, I'm like, ooh. And sometimes if I see it, it's not in my color, so I have to put it. I have to put it on there again. So if it's in my color, I'll recognize it.
Okay.
You see what
I
I'm
love
saying?
that.
I mean, it's serious.
Yeah.
Like, if it's on the calendar, we don't do it. And then every Sunday night, what's on the calendar?
Oh, we have to review, like talk about the week ahead.
Right, to figure out pickup time for the boys. So
Yeah, who's
like
getting-
Tuesday, you good? Wednesday, I'm good. So we have that worked out. We're not like, I thought you was getting him. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's rough.
Man, time is valuable, and it's something that you can't never get back.
It's
Right.
very short.
Yeah.
So
So using it wisely. Yeah.
doTERRA rocks.
All right, Cranes, if you could go back, and this will be our final question, and learning what you guys have learned, and experience what you guys have experienced, what would you say to the Cranes who are just starting up back when you guys did? What would be a bit of it, one piece of advice that you would tell them?
When we first started the business,
Yeah, knowing what you know now, right?
I'll let you go
No,
first.
go
'Cause
ahead.
Follow-ups. Because I just thought, like I said, when I first started, it's like I assumed that builders would just want to build, and consumers and customers would just use their product like I did.
Yeah.
And that's just simply not true. It's just not. So some of them will. Some of them they'll be very independently, but most of them you got to handhold them for a while and let them know that you're going to be with them, and not that you're trying to sell a product. You're trying to sell a lifestyle, like you're their kind of like a personal coach. Like, I'm gonna be with you for the long game.
Yeah.
If you set that expectation up front, then when you try to reach back out to them, they're not thinking you're trying to sell them something. So I make that very clear at the front. Like, don't even purchase if you're not gonna follow up with me,
Yeah.
right? Because that is key to me, and I keep track of all that to kind of see. Like they said, if their daughter was sick, I make a note. Daughter was sick. That next week, I'm like, hey, how's your daughter? I didn't remember that, right? It was on my paper, so I got to tell them. So like, well, this guy really knows his stuff.
Yeah.
Not me, but I just wrote it down. It looks good though. You know what I mean?
Hey, but you decided to write it down, so
That's
I'm gonna give you
right.
some credit.
Yeah, and I'm working on it. She color codes everything. Everything I do is in my phone.
Yeah. Thank you. So follow up. Okay.
What would you say? Talking about the Cranes back in the day.
Just,
Go harder.
I
That's
would-
good.
I would say just let him go. Just, just let him go. Just, yeah. Just do it. Just, you want it.
Tell them about your
and-
experience that, you really didn't get into it until after the incentive trip.
No, yeah, it was
Tell them about that story.
the incentive trip.
Tulum?
Tulum.
Yeah, you got the gear on. Let's go.
I would have to say when, Emily Wright jumped in and out of my soul,
Yeah.
with a personal conversation. And I mean, what company does that?
Yeah.
And
That's impressive.
it's just, she was just inspired me and, gave me the encouragement and you can do it.
The
You
belief.
just- yeah.
She was a different person after Tulum. Not a different person, but a different.
Just my mindset. It was just
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah. I call Emily Queen Belief.
She's awesome.
And I try to tell everybody, because, everybody wants to come to the events. They're like, oh my gosh, I want to go talk to Emily. I'm like, all right, heads up. If you're going to go talk to her, make sure you know what your goals are. And make sure you know that that will not be what she sees in you.
Right.
It'll be double that,
Right.
right? And that's the kind of power, that's the kind of influence she has.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank the Cranes for jumping on with us and sharing your time, your thoughts, and your experience. I love you guys' partnership and how you balance each other out. Speaking of balance, I love the go, 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 go. I love Ashley's calmness and saying, okay, hold on. Let's just think about this a little bit differently.
I'm like, well, it's her to say it then.
Yeah.
Because I have no patience for that. I'm like, she's going to say, just say it.
Just say it. But you guys are doing great. There's no shock to why you guys are doing so great. Wish you nothing but the best in the future. And just thank you again for joining us.
Well, thank you as
Thank
well.
you for having us. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Do it.
Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Also, check out past episodes by searching Empowered Success on Apple, YouTube, or Spotify. Don't forget to share an episode with someone who needs it. If you want more tools to make it easier to build your business, go to the Empowered Success webpage on doTERRA.com. And as a reminder, results are not typical. Average earnings are less. See doTERRA Opportunity and Earning Disclosure Summary on doTERRA.com.